Hi, Natalie.
Hi.
Just how do you kind of emotionally process not only like this game, but this season as a whole, just kind of ending the way it just did?
Yeah, so proud. This thing is too high. So proud. That's the first thing I said. Number one, I said, get your fucking heads up. I said, get your heads up or down. And I said, I want everyone's eye contact. I want to feel every single person right now. And I want your emotions. I want your heart. I want everything. And everyone looked up. And I just told them how proud I was. To have that place rocking tonight, to have that Valhalla mentality, to be able to go toe-and-toe, obviously, to the number one team. I was so proud. And I was just so proud of Chechi to be able to have that type of confidence at the end of the game, you know, and to put it all on her shoulders. I looked at her, you got this? And she goes, yep, she's got it. And, you know, I told her I'm always going to ride with you to the end of the game. I'm always riding with you for my last shooter. And she was able to create separation, lift. It was so beautiful. You know, I was like looking back at like when I would watch Michael Jordan. I'm like, oh my God, she looks like Michael Jordan right now. So yeah, just overly proud. Again, past expectations. And yeah, it didn't fall our way. But I mean, to going from what Chechi was last year and to now me closing, you know, with her in a playoff game, that's incredible growth, and I'm just so proud of everyone.
Natalie, just to see this team get to where it got to after, you know, having so many injuries and players leaving for Eurobasket and
Yeah.
having all that adversity, what does it say about this group and the culture that was built in year one?
Yeah, that they don't mind being uncomfortable, and we kind of talked about that after when we were breaking it down. We had a long conversation, and they just said, "Thank you, Coach. Thank you for making us uncomfortable." And then, you know, someone else mentioned like we're uncommon. We're the first to do this. We're the first expansion team to go this far. You know, we basically just made history. And so that's why, like, yeah, it didn't go our way. And of course, we're upset and we're frustrated. But at the same time, you know, I always say, like, life is short. I lost my dad, I lost my best friend. Like, tomorrow I promise, y'all. So I said, celebrate tonight. Celebrate tonight for everything that you guys have accomplished. Like you said, with KT going down, but I'm still so proud of KT for her maturity and for her fight back and to be positive for everyone tonight. Even, you know, without Tip Hayes, like we had 2 starters out and we went toe to toe with the number one team. You know, like that shows so much fight. And again, like I'm just so proud of them just allowing me to push them past what they felt that they can do. And that's not easy. A lot of people kind of like to stay put. They like to be stagnant. Not this team. This team don't like to be stagnant. They like to be challenged. Yeah, good question. That's a great question.
Natalie, before the game, you said you thought you guys needed to play a perfect game. How
Yep.
close did you get?
Damn close. Damn close. Now, you know, never should fall onto one shot at all. So, again, Chechi was only doing what we asked her to do. But that was damn near close. And like I said, you know, just taking the shot. If anyone knows, anyone watch sports, anyone, you know, obviously who loves Kobe and who loves Michael Jordan, who loves these amazing players, Steph Curry. That's something in your DNA. I didn't have that, and that's why I was telling Chechi, like, man, you're the player I've always wanted to be. I could never elevate like that. I was too small. So yeah, for me to be able to sit there firsthand and watch it front row and watching that, damn near close, I'd tell you. Yeah.
Natalie mentioned their heads were down a little bit, but they get together at midcourt after the game. It really seemed like they shared a special moment. Your players, what was it like as the coach to see that? You know, wasn't just a group. It was like you could tell they were talking about some things. What do you think was shared there, and what is it like as a coach to see that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what was said, but I could all see them uplift Chechi. Because she could tell, like, she felt so disappointed and everything, but it never comes down to one shot. Like, it's a lot of it's on me, how I navigated the game. So, like I said, I'm always going to take that, you know, on my shoulders as if I can, you know, I'm going to watch it tonight. But no, what I'm sure they said was like, Chechi, you know, thank you. Thank you for taking that shot. Not everyone, I'm telling you guys, not everyone has that in their DNA. And so they're trying to give, obviously, some love and support. And then I also tried to tell them, like, enjoy this. And that Valhalla crowd just, they continued to cheer for us, you know, as we huddled and we waved goodbye. And again, because Valhalla mentality, they're a part of us. You know, you could feel it. You could really feel how proud they were. At the same time, obviously, they wanted it too. The crowd was amazing tonight. So loud, I couldn't even get V's attention at times, you know. So yeah, just, we're so grateful. We know having a sold out crowd is uncommon as well. So we're not going to take this for granted. We appreciate all the fans. You guys were the best fans in the league, and we're not going to take this for granted. And we're going to get back to work. We already had some players already say, like, I'm going to do better. I was like, enjoy the moment. Enjoy it. But, you know, that's our mentality. Yeah, thank you.
Natalie, throughout the season, you've talked about moments where you said, I have to be better as a coach. I have
Yeah.
to do things better. And you talked about the players' growth. But in what ways do you feel like you've grown as a coach in the areas you feel like, I know I've asked you a bunch of questions.
You've asked me this already.
I know, but just it feels like now we get to this moment and the game plan changed, right? From game 1 to game 2.
Yeah.
And the level of physicality, there's been growth for you as a coach and getting to do something you've never done before, getting to coach in a playoff series, and just the growth you feel like you've made from an X's and O's standpoint from game 1 to game, what are we now? 46.
All those games you want me to reflect on? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm going to just try to be present in this moment. But my initial reaction is, you know, building trust with the players too was something I had to learn. So yeah, I sometimes go with my gut. I sometimes go back into the past, which I shouldn't, from past experiences of coaching. But what I really loved today was my staff was like, let's just trust. Let's trust everyone. Let's trust everyone to bring their A game. And I think, you know, we really did that. So that's why we're shifting and we were subbing at like a couple minutes here and a couple minutes there, because we told them, like, whether you play for 30 seconds or whether you play for 1 second, we're going to need everything. And I thought all of our players, like I said, showed up and they kept their heads up. A lot of players get disappointed, but no, I'm just grateful for players to play through that type of adversity. And again, for it being their first time. So didn't really answer your question, but I really felt like I could trust our players, and that's a lot for me, you know, as I'm in my first year. So, thank you.
Natalie, along those lines, to see Monique with what she went through and coming back from the injury
Yeah.
down the stretch
Yeah.
to perform on this stage the way she did with, you know, she was just feeling it and the emotions and smiling and just gutsy out there. I mean, what did that mean to you?
Yeah, you're right on point. Fearless, most fearless. And so her extra, you know, efforts to get those rebounds, I mean, that sent the crowd going. So same thing with like momentum shifters. I mean, momentum even off of the offensive rebound and putback, I mean, that sent that crowd roaring. So let it fly mentality, hitting those threes. I mean, we were shooting the shit out of the ball, you know? And so along with Mo doing her job, like, hey, that's my job, clean up the boards, be the garbage man. And I thought she did it to a T. I thought she was perfect tonight. And so, yeah.
Coach, back here, it's in your DNA to teach. I'm more wondering what this team taught you this season.
A lot, and that's what I told them. I said, I learned so much from you guys. So to not go through the whole roster, but well, I'm going to just start with Kate Martin. Kate Martin is the most authentic, I don't give a fuck type person. Like, I don't care about what you think. And so when she comes to practice and she comes even to a game, she's herself. She's joyous. We had her rapping on the bus before she got here. She was just like, been on the bus too long. Like, it's time. Like, she just, like, she's not afraid to be silly and crazy. And that helps me. You know what I mean? Like, every time you meet someone for the first time, you're usually shy and quiet, not Kate. And that allows everyone else to be their authentic self. Temmie is going to give you the real deal. She's going to always tell you the truth. She's an aspiring actress, and I think that gives her a lot of confidence going into any team. When you have that type of confidence and that type of character, you know, I admire that. And Temmie isn't afraid. And so a lot of the players I've learned so much, you know, because again, I once wished I was in the W. I wasn't as good of a player as everyone. And so I'm learning from them. Just be yourself. Be yourself and have fun.
Natalie, before the game, Cheryl was joking that winning Coach of the Year in your first year is like too bad for you because now you've set the bar so high. But I'm just wondering, looking ahead to the future, how excited are you to be able to build on what has been created here in this first season.
Yeah, really excited, but I don't even think we wanted that bar to be high. You guys know Joe Lacob, like, again, you know, he obviously came in, was super impressed with our season. He said a lot of positive words, which was, you know, obviously it's good to hear from your boss and that you did a good job. But he knows, you know, the goal is the goal. We got to win a championship in 5 years. I love that challenge. I wanted to win this year. So to me, I disappointed in myself. So I can't wait for next year. I don't see it as setting the bar high. Hell no. And plus, like, it's about the whole organization, the award that I got. If y'all understood how, like, every day I have to rely on every single person to do their job, right? It's just not me doing anything. I need the equipment manager to get the shoes out. I need the organization people, the director of ops, they got to do their job. I need Morgan over there to prep me, you know, and get me ready for media. I hated media, y'all. I hated. I was very nervous, like shy. Morgan knows it. Like, I'm not great in the front of the mic. Now I'm pretty good. I feel pretty good. But I was like this, like before. And so, you know, I need everyone. And I think the award goes to everyone that's done their job and more. And the fact that we don't let each other down. I think that's the biggest thing. We push each other to be the best, and we have each other's back. So, set that bar as high as you can. That's what we want. And you know, Joe said it high. Got to win. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you guys for everything. You guys have been amazing. You guys have challenged me, and so I appreciate you guys.